Hey guys, this is Shawn Sanders. Thank you so much for clicking onto my video. So hit that like button, subscribe, and tell a friend about me. Hello, welcome back. I know you probably guys were wondering where I went, but yeah, I've been busy. I've been busy with life and have some other priorities I've taken spot, and I have not been on YouTube. Truth be told, I haven't had a lot to say anyway. I have been trying to support my other fellow YouTubers and comment, but even there I haven't really been out and about in these YouTube streets. I've been busy. Work is very busy for me this time of the year, so I've been doing my business and making myself a priority, taking care of myself, which is why I'm on this video right now talking to you. And I really haven't watched TV. I really have not had time. So reviewing Basketball Wives, fell by the wayside. It sounded like I didn't miss much, but I tried, and it just wasn't in me to finish. So, I have not watched anything. In fact, I'm even thinking about cutting off my cable because I don't watch TV, and when I'm finally home, my husband's watching Netflix and I'm usually asleep. So when you hear about what I've been doing lately, you'll understand why. So I miss you guys. I miss talking to you guys, but I do believe that we all have to handle business, and of course you understand that. And I just felt like I would come on camera when I really had something important or something that I thought was good content worthy material. So I wanted to tell you what I've been doing for this past month at least, and what has transpired. So of course I have been talking a lot about my fitness journey and wanting to lose weight. I'm at the highest weight I had ever been, and I didn't like it, and so I really let you know what kind of transpired. So in April, I decided that I was going to go and find an actual general practitioner, someone that I could establish a health relationship with, so that they would know me, have a rapport with me, understand my medical history, and be on that front line with me, my partner, for me taking care of myself. So I've always felt that I was in good health, and I've always gotten my blood work and looked at the blood work, but I've never had someone that I would sit down with and really just start to establish a partnership with. So I decided to do that. I found a doctor I really, really like, and in that time she took my blood pressure, and it was high. It was like 158 over 98. And they took it 3 separate times. And she asked me sorry for the glare. She asked me, how long has this been going on? And I said, the truth be told, I don't know, because I've never had high blood pressure. I've never had my pressure register high. The truth be told, my blood pressure, the range has been anywhere between 102 and 112 over 57 to 62. So I can be as low as 102 or up to 117 for the top number, and anywhere between 57 to 62 for the bottom number. So when we saw these numbers, I was surprised as well. So she's, we got to talking and all that, and she collected my medical history. And for those of you who have been on my channel for a long time, know that I was adopted, so I do not know my medical history. However, I did tell her that I was really, beside myself, that my weight has been creeping up every year, and it's going to be 8 years that I retired from the military, and I would say maybe 4 years ago. 4 years ago is when I started really struggling with my weight. So I told her, I said, this is the heaviest I've been. I don't like it. I've been trying to do what I can to, I've always been active. That's never been a problem. But, you know, to get my weight in check and find out why I can't lose weight. Yes, I'm almost 50 years old. Yes, my body is changing. Yes, I'm going through hormonal changes, what comes with that. But, you know, I know that I work out, and I did not think my diet was so bad that I could not maintain, you know, a weight for my fitness level. So she says, okay, you know, I'm going to give you 60 days. So you need to come back in June, end of June, and I want you to lose 10 pounds. Okay, good. So in the midst of that, I went and had hernia surgery, and for the 6 weeks, I could not work out. So I had come on camera, let you know I'd gotten that done, and did not work out, and I thought I was watching my eating, but I really didn't lose any weight. So when I came back, I also got a blood pressure cuff, so to kind of get some history during the time that I was gone, so that to show her, you know, where I was. And when I showed up in June for my follow-up visit, my blood pressure was high, and truth be told, all the time in that 60 days it was high. And it was almost like a fluke that it would be 115 over 63, but more often than not, it ran the gamut between 135 and as high as 168 on any given day during the 60 days. So when I got back in June, end of June, the doctor says, okay, because she says, you know, if nothing changes, we're going to have a talk about medication. And, you know, I was petrified by that whole idea, because I'm thinking I should not be having this conversation. I take care of myself. I'm not a salt person. I have I believe a moderately good diet. I exercise more than most people I know, so I should not have this problem. Well, I got back in June, and she says we're going to have the talk. And I couldn't argue with her, because the numbers spoke for themselves. And truth be told, I don't be walking out on this earth stroking out. I mean, they don't call it the silent killer for nothing. So I agreed to go on the blood pressure medicine, and she says, again, you know, to rule things out, you really need to drop the weight. So I said, okay. So that was like June 26th. So July 1st, I talked to my coach, because I CrossFit, and she has a nutrition training class. So I said, I need help. I've been told to drop weight, and I can't, nothing I'm doing is working. So I need help. So she's like, okay. So I want to tell you what has been going on. This is probably going to be a part 1 and part 2, because I don't think I can fit it all in 15 minutes. Plus, I want to give you, I'm sure there's going to be questions about what I've been doing, because I got some results and I just want to share it with you. Okay, so I started on this. It officially started on that Monday, July 2nd. And the challenge ended yesterday on the 31st. So she gave me a plan, and so for the first 14 days, my diet was chicken, tuna, eggs, broccoli, spinach, romaine lettuce, asparagus, and broccoli. I was supposed to eat 5 meals, and from the 5 meals, the portion was 4 ounces of protein, or 4 eggs, and 2 cups of veggies. Had to have that every meal for the 5 meals. If I could not do all that from the 5 meals, I could replace it with 2 protein shakes. So out of the 5 meals, I could have 2 protein shakes, but the other 3 meals had to be, actual food. And the protein shake I used was called Premier Protein. I get it at Costco. You can get it at Sam's Club. You can get it at Meijer, Walmart, Kroger. But if you want to see what it looks like, in the next video, I can show it to you. So no fruit for that whole 14 days. And as far as seasonings, I could only use lemon, lime, garlic, red and black pepper, and fresh seasonings like fresh parsley, thyme, things like that. And then 100 ounces of water. She said that you are going to be uncomfortable and you are going to be over it when it came to the water. So what I was using for my water, I have this little handy dandy that I got at Costco, and it's 40 ounces. You can get it at Amazon, but if you have a Costco, it's cheaper, and they're in right now. I know they're in stock right now. So after the 14 days, then I was allowed to have my diet spread out. So in the 14 days, I was able to do salmon and veggies once a week, turkey and veggies, eggs and veggies, chicken and veggies, and other fish and veggies. Only salmon I could have once a week. Continue to stick to all the green veggies. I could add squash and peppers and things like that. I could have a half a sweet potato on the day that I work out, but I can only do that twice a week. Continue to have 100 ounces of water, and then of course my working out. My working out entailed of me coming in 5 to 6 days a week doing my CrossFit. And out of that, I had 3 extra one-on-one sessions with my trainer. I was out of town in Dallas in the middle of this, after my 14-week, that weekend of the 14 days, where I could have the salmon and all that. So my workout when I'm not CrossFitting was 3 miles a day, running / walking, whatever mix I wanted to do. If I was on the treadmill, I had to do an incline of 12 to 15, and I had to go at a speed at 3.5 to 4.0, and then I had to do 100 squats, push-ups, sit-ups, and then 40 burpees every day. So that is what I did. Okay, so I want to give you my stats on how that all came out. So on the day 1, which was July 2nd, I'll just give you my measurements. My chest was at 34, my waist was 39, hips at 48, arms at 13, legs at 26, and my weight was at 181.6, and I'm 5'3". Okay, so we did a taping 10 days later, and in 10 days, and that was doing the phase 1, where I had only the chicken, the chicken, the tuna, the eggs, the lettuce, all that phase 1, no fruit, and the 5 meals exchanged 2 shakes. So in 10 days, I went from a 34 to a 31 in chest, 39 to 33.5 in waist, a 48 to 45 in hips. Arms, I went from 13 to 13.75. Legs, I went from 26 to 24. And my weight in 10 days went from 181.6 to 173.0. Okay, so that was really impressive. So I was able to eat more food, and I want to give you my stats for drum roll from yesterday. So overall, from the 2nd to yesterday, I'll give you my measurements. It was chest 34 down to 28.75, waist 39 down to 29, hips 48 down to 42, arms 13 down to 12, leg 26 down to 22, and then my weight was 181.6 to 168.2. So I am very happy. I am continuing on. I get a cheat meal finally, and I haven't decided what it's going to be, but I think it's going to be truffle fries and a martini is going to be in there. So I'm sorry to make this fast, but I wanted to make it under 15 minutes because I want to do an upload. And I just want you to know that you can keep pressing on, find what works for you, and let me know about your weight loss journey. So if you have any questions, just put it in the comments and we can go back and forth. Take care of yourself and each other. I will talk to you soon. I've missed you guys. Bye.